guys, it's a Proud Cat Lover, and I just wanted to make this video real quick because a lot of times when a gecko sheds, a lot of people don't think to check the bottom of the feet. And most of the time, the only time I ever really notice it, aside from when I'm holding them because you can feel the rough texture, is whenever they're perching or sleeping on the front of their tank, like on the glass. And this little piece here was on Magma's toe, and I'll try to get him to get down for a second so I can show you what it looks like. But this here was stuck shed on the bottom of his toe, and a couple days ago when I fed him, it wasn't there, so at least I was able to catch it. And I just wet the bottom of the toe with a damp Q-tip, and then I was able to use my insect tweezers, which, by the way, are blunt-tipped. You don't want to use anything sharp that could potentially cut their foot. And I was able to gently hold on to it, and then I pushed him so he would walk and would pull it off himself versus me pulling it off. He has one more toe, which is just his little toe that they have. It's like this, which I'll show you real quick because he'll have a slight fit, but it's this little tiny toe that's right here that has the stuck shed, and I don't know if he'll let me show you or not. But let me see which one it is. Okay. Trying to get him to hold still, and he's not really wanting to cooperate, but this little toe right here, you can see, and I'll put a little arrow on the screen, you can see where there is stuck shed on that toe pad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and feed him, and then when he's done, I'm just going to put him in a shallow bath with some lukewarm water, just deep enough that it covers his toes, so that his toes can soak. I will check all of them to make sure beforehand which ones need to be tended to, because once you moisten the shed, it becomes the color of their skin again. It's kind of see-through, you know? So it's kind of hard to tell what is shed and what's not. So I'll have to keep track of which toes it is that needs to have shed removed. But I just wanted to tell you guys, because that's one thing a lot of people do not check, and especially you always want to check like the tail tips, the private areas, because sometimes shed gets stuck down there, and sometimes on the crest pieces. Now this isn't that big of a deal if there's any shed that gets stuck on the crest, just because the next shed they'll come off. It's not like there's any veins or anything in the crest that the shed's going to cut off. If you do notice any stuck shed on the crest, and it's been there for more than 5 to 6 days, I would try to remove it just by dampening your fingers and just kind of rubbing like this, real gentle. There's not like there's anything up here that it could suffocate and cut off the circulation of, not like the toes or the tail. But, you still want to get it off because you don't want it to be stuck on there. It's going to look tacky. And not only that, but it might irritate their skin. It might start to pull on their skin or something. So, but yeah, that's just what I wanted to make the video about real quick, just because it's important that you definitely check your reptiles after they have shed. Or if you know that they're going to be shedding soon, kind of keep an eye on them to make sure that it's a good shed and it's not like in several pieces. Sometimes the humidity needs to be raised more, especially when it's cold out and you've got a heater running or whatever. Just make sure it's humid enough. If you see that they're shedding, spray the tank more than you normally would, just to offer more humidity for them to shed successfully. Because that's the main thing, is making sure they're healthy and they're eating a good food to where they've got healthy skin, and also that it's enough humidity for them to successfully shed. Make sure there's something rough in there, like maybe some cork bark, or maybe some silk plants or plastic plants that could help rub up against. Mainly snakes and stuff need stuff like that, but sometimes crested geckos I do see rubbing up against stuff to get it off their face. So, but yeah, anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day.